Really happy about and confident with today's match.
Okay. For all those that are watching and following on the different stream, please remember that this is a 50-minute match with 45 seconds shot clock, and you're allowed to can be able to ask for an extension. It's not going to be longer than 1 minute, that extension, and it's a pressure format, Clive, in any way.
Yeah, no doubt. It will definitely be quite interesting to see who succumbs to the pressure and then who rises to the occasion. But they would like, it has been the case every week, whoever normally gets the first couple of games is more often than not the front runner in terms of taking the match all the way through.
On the pound seat, we're saying, yeah.
Absolutely.
So Aron won the leg. He's going to be breaking first. What I can tell you is you're not going to have, like 7-8 minute frames amongst these guys here because they all want to go at it. Look at the white ball there. What an unlucky enough from the break there by Aron.
Very unfortunate for him.
Yes.
Interesting about Aron is that he's a great player playing in the Premier Division. Doesn't have any accolades to his name, but clearly in terms of his performances, we could see that he definitely stands up there with the best.
All right, let's look at this particular frame here. What Takalani needs to do is to play the red and possibly try and open the yellow here to somewhere on the other side, which is the shot that he played. Then he's got the entire table to himself, so he can pot here and get to the bottom, those two bottom balls there, and he can still have control of the frame. There you see that, Clivey.
Exactly that. Definitely the frame looks in favor of Takalani at the moment.
Yes.
He just has to keep his composure. He's going to drop that yellow and then try and drop the other one at the top pocket and then figure out how he's going to come to center.
Yes, the table plays very well, Clivey, and it's all about how you impose yourself, not to be unlucky with landings. That is, the main part of the playing ingredient on such conditions,
Yeah, being the third week now, no excuses in terms of still getting used to the table. I think the guys are fairly used to it and know exactly how it does run.
A testing shot, however, Takalani here needs to pot the yellow into the center and come, or he's opting to go there. This could be a daunting shot for landing. He had to take the one to the center,
I get you.
Use the cushion, come around, just past the red here. He was perfectly on for the last ball.
Giving Aron an opportunity.
Yes, the key ball.
Which ball would you say is in trouble there, Prince?
The key ball for
Aron.
Aron, which can go, it's the red just past the center pocket there.
Yes.
There is the shot that he needs to execute very, very well. This could be the moment where he gets onto that red. He needs to pot center pocket, go slightly, follow through. See? And then you see the key thing for Aron is to keep the white ball in the center of the table, which is what he wanted to opt for there. But then he was more focused on positioning
playing it off the yellow, correct?
Yes. No, actually focused on landing well for this red here for the center, rather than anything else.
Make or break for Takalani.
Yeah, Takalani is a type of player who, once he sets up his path towards the finish, he hardly ever changes it. There we see the foul, that unexpected kiss on the black ball there. So Aron will most likely play that ball out, clear the two balls here, get to the bottom.
So it's a 50-minute match, race to 9. There are some rules to the game that plays in the player's advantage. If they have, for example, a golden break, counts as an extra point.
And I see Aron, his favorite player is Liam Dunster, and watching him play, he is an epitome of Liam Dunster because he's a guy that likes to go for it no matter what. He's run out of position here, and he's missed. Takalani is brought back into a table where he was not even supposed to come out of his chair for the shot here.
Absolutely. Aron should have taken advantage.
He's got to cut this one, use the other cushion there, land perfectly, roll
And he does
ball
just
onto the yellow on the center. Your type of finish, Clive.
Not as classy as that, Prince, but my type of finish for sure.
Yeah. Good technique applied by Takalani there just to do it, have it as a roll ball finish and take away the pressure.
Absolutely. This is the Supa Pro League Premier Division, powered by the Sombhani group of companies. Great finish there for Takalani.
Yes, and we've got exciting sponsors here, the likes of Nooks, Billiard Café, Rogues on Radio, that are coming in to help power this league to greater heights.
Absolutely. Also the Dive Club.
Yes.
If you want to get involved, be a sponsor. We've been getting lots of support. Last week, over 10,000 views, aiming for 20,000 this week. And we reckon that the sport is growing so much in terms of this league.
Yes, and we've just seen two unforced errors on the break. He's hammering the ball there, so this is a newer cloth, so you need to be able to play medium strokes, especially when you're breaking the balls. Yeah.
He's the guy that got the first golden break, Takalani.
Yes. He's
So
got the
he's on the
luxury of
records.
both balls, Clivey, but I think he'll go for it in terms of easier work on a finish. Red balls it is.
Absolutely.
He's going to see the front ball, that is key, the front red. This is what we call an ABC finish. But there's no such a thing as ABC because you still need to go down, slow down, and stay down on a shot.
And you never know what tricks your mind is playing with you at the same time.
See?
Great positioning.
Yes. Now he's a little bit under pressure in that he needs to be able to get decent position for the ball that is closest to the cue ball right now. See.
At 8:30, we've got one of South Africa's finest female players, Michelle Rawi, that's going to be coming onto the commentary. Look forward to hearing what she has to say about the game.
Yes, and I'm sure, we're looking forward to that. Clivey, you'll be taking Michelle through the latter parts of this game, and we can see Takalani has been given, another unexpected opportunity.
Aron will be kicking himself when he watches this back. He had the opportunity to finish the frame. Just couldn't keep his wits.
Yeah. Now Takalani has gone for a shot where he needs to use the cushion from the other side to get back. That is a perfect shot. So now he needs to be able to play follow through on the yellow that he's faced with so that he can see the second yellow from where we're looking at now. So
Nice and clean. You just play a follow through and
Yes.
then take the other yellow up to the top of it.
if you looked at the table a lot better, Takalani could have came up for the other yellow that could have made the finish twice easy for him, in terms of landing on the black ball.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant shot by Takalani. Like I said, obviously his first game would have boosted his confidence. Now he's going to be 2 up to Aron. Pressure's on Aron.
Yeah. I said it out to you, Clivey, when we started here tonight that this is certainly not a match where guys will be going 3-4 minutes in it. This could tally up a whole number of frames before it gets to the finishing line. There we see that miss by Aron, unprecedented miss, you could say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a great advantage for the winner that it's a winner's break.
Yes.
I wonder if he's actually practiced his breaks to drop the black ball on the break.
Yeah, he uses the
For a golden
second
break.
ball on the right. So the thing is, you don't have much of a hold, but
The black
it
ball
can
didn't
always
even move from the spot.
yes, with the look at it there.
Didn't even move.
Yes, he's hammering it. He's hammering it. I'm not sure why, We're going to look at the table now. It looks like he's going to go for the red balls. The only ball that is a concern, it's the red that is facing now to the side where he's approaching now. If he gets good landing on this, this should be another finish because now he needs this red next to the black now to be his last ball. We call it the swinger shot to get onto the last ball and then finish the frame.
Interesting with this matchup as well. Takalani, also from Vendel and Popo. Not many accolades in the game of pool. I think he'll be making his mark here with the Premier Division. Plays of a very, very high standard.
Yes. An unforced error there from Takalani. He did not need to get a kiss on that ball there. So the errors are tallying up, quite early, and they seem to be the determining factors as to who gets better at trying to finish that particular frame. Aron opted for the safety there.
And I think it's a wise decision because he's still got a couple of problem balls, especially the two balls against the cush. None of them go. I think as the match continues, we're going to start seeing some gutsy play as well, Prince, because to try and take out the problem balls quite early on.
There we see a great follow-through shot by Takalani. All Takalani can do in this frame, Clive, would be to come and lay just past the center and then play a double drop, which is not the easiest, looking at how the table has set itself up for him now. There we see the shot.
This is not going to be an easy double drop. Do you think he's going to go for that, or do you think
It's
he's...
the only shot out for him. Yeah, you said it, and I concurred with you that it wasn't going to be an easy one because of the positioning where he found himself in, where the only way for him to be able to get the double drop was only if he had to land a lot closer. That was one. And two, he also needed to be in a position where we're going to be having Michel joining us just after the end of this particular frame, and he's going to be taking you through, the next set of frames alongside Clive here for the first part, and I will join for the second part of, her 30-minute,
Michelle's going to be advocating for the women's...
Women in Cuesports.
Division.
Yeah. So Mishi will be joining me at the end of this particular frame here, guys, to share expert advice. I mean, she's a player that has played at the highest level of this game, like at the World Champs, and has been part of the World Champs winning team, and you can
Please
see
ask her
Takalani.
for me, Prince, if she'll do a race with me.
Oh yeah, you want to challenge me? I will certainly
Need to-
put your challenge through. Huh?
She's challenged most of the great guys and came up on top.
That's a good one, David. So
Great
you
player.
laying in your challenge nice and early.
Make it a
Yes.
money match.
Yes. Aron on a potential finish here. He's got a screw back from that
Everything
one.
to play for
Yes.
with Aron.
In its decent position from on the shot that he's playing for here now in terms of coming on the yellow here to the his left hand side now that he needs support because from the way he's landed now he might need to use the cushion here. There is a
Exactly
great use
as
of the
predicted.
cushion, yeah. And with that, we got Aron
There we go.
getting himself
On the
in the
scoreboard.
pound set to take his first one, Clivey.
I'm going to hand over Prince to Michelle.
Yeah, thank you, Clivey. All right, guys. All right, there we see the end of that particular matchup here. All right, there is Aron, guys, with a smile on his face. And I'm joined here, guys, by pool royalty in the form of Misha Ravi. Misha, good evening. How are you?
Evening, Prince. You're too kind with your words, but
Yeah.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay, Michi. The SPL, something which, let's look at first how the break went about. We could see there that the guys are kind of like smashing it on the break, Michi, rather than just going, mid-tempo on how they
Yeah,
break the ball. This is a new cloth.
It is, and
Yes.
they're just trying to get as good a split as possible because you've got to make the best of your opportunities when you get them.
Yes.
And if you get a good lie of a particular color and you decide to go for it, you've got to be 100% sure because any of these guys can create finishes out of or from very difficult positions.
All right, Michi, we've just had an official challenge where Clive said he would really want to put himself on the radar to have a match with you,
Oh, I'd love that.
All
Any
right,
day,
so
bring it.
His wish has been granted, and now we've got Takalani on the table. Michi, what I really wanted to ask you about first is what could be, a guide that you could give to a new player regarding the break?
Well, it depends on a couple of things. Do you prefer like the side break? Do you prefer Gareth Potts break? Your technique, your follow through, you have to be very, very confident and very sort of consistent with that about where you're striking that middle ball, the power, the follow through that you're giving with your cue to ensure that firstly your white doesn't in off and then to get as good a split as possible.
Yes.
Because you don't want to start off on a back foot.
Where do you strike it, Michi, for your ideal break?
So my white will be just to sort of the right of the center line, and I go for the ball in the front of the pack, and I'm aiming for the two balls like towards the back of the pack, like a Gareth Potts break.
Yes, you've been to the Worlds a good couple of times, and some of the finest female players in
Oh, of course.
the world. What could you detail as their favorite position in as far as breaking is concerned?
Look, a lot of them use the same break I do. They just position their whites slightly differently sometimes. They often do it right in the middle of the bulk line. And it's all about that flow and that technique that they're using to get the best possible split. But overall, I think it's also important to note that a lot of the ladies they make the game look as simple as possible through their ball selection. There's nothing fancy. They just make good decisions in terms of their pattern play, and they keep very calm in pressurized conditions. Perhaps they have more opportunities, like hopefully this will present in the future, to do that because they're often playing under the lights,
Yes.
so to speak. They're often playing in big tournaments against other big names with commentary behind them for big stakes and money, etc. So I think this is a great platform to get more of that sort of atmosphere.
And we see Taki now on the black, and this is always a litmus test, you know, when you've got a long corner, like I
You're almost
said now.
trying to force that rather than just stroke the ball
Just
nicely.
that,
And
yeah.
although
Drag center, and then you
drag
just think-
center, or just follow through,
Yeah.
same pace. Don't force it. Don't kind of like, yeah, he knows.
Yes.
Don't force your shots. However, having said that, he didn't leave Aron with much, but
Yes.
from what I've seen in previous weeks,
Yes.
Aron is very capable of making those big shots. He's not afraid to go for his shots.
Yes, but he's been a little bit off the boil in the last two matches, you know, in as far as his percentage of finishing is concerned.
Look, I think Aron goes for big finishes. I think he's very comfortable in his own ability. He will go for the low percentage positional shot. I saw in one of the previous first frames he played where he could have gone for a higher percentage finish. He went for the more difficult shot and then forced it as well.
Yeah.
So sometimes caution might be the best option in certain frames, but I don't think that's really his style of play. We were having a conversation before and he's like, imagine if there was like a 15-second shot clock like they do in Ultimate Pool. How cool would that be? Because he plays at 15 seconds a shot anyway.
All right, let's look into the player stats. We see here that Takalani, in the 2 rounds that he played, he beat Shane 6-4 and he drew with Nitai 5-all. That was a gilt-edged match because there was like 1 minute left and it could go either way. Nitai was 5-4 down, and when he went down to finish that particular frame, there was only about 30 seconds left on the clock with 3 balls to pot. When he landed for his last ball, there was only about 2 seconds left. Yeah, what a gilt-edged opportunity that was. Yeah.
So obviously, if we're talking about Takalani, he's very, very cool, calm, collected. So when it comes to making those finishes under that sort of pressure, nothing seems to bother him too much. He goes through his pre-shot routine virtually the same way every single time. He's such a solid potter.
Yes.
I mean, there's not much you can fault him on. I mean, he plays a lot of money matches. He's one of the landlords in the competitions that we often have here.
There's a
at
potential here, Mishi, to finish.
Yeah, he chose yellows, overran that a little bit, especially on this new cloth. It was always going to be a little bit of a problem, but I think Aron's going to go for the big shot. It's not too much. There's not too many options to really consider, though. He has to go for it, otherwise.
Is he gonna kiss that yellow? Because
he
if
did
he
it
does,
beautifully.
that's the shot you predicted,
You see, I
Mishi.
told you he was going to go for this big shot.
Yeah.
He did it beautifully. So it's definitely his style of play. Super confident.
Yeah.
Like to see it.
Yes.
I mean,
And this is good for the game to have a player that likes to express himself, you know?
absolutely. I mean, when you're playing for yourself, like, you have the freedom to do that. If it was a team match, however, he might consider things a little differently. But it's nice to see that he can bring out the big shots.
Yes, absolutely. We're seeing our referee there, Petunia Libang, you know, who's also a graded ref, now did well at the previous Ladies Championships, you know, managing the Mpumalanga side that went on to win the B Division. And I think you
They
played against
were-
one of their players,
Yes,
Bonnie.
I played Barney in the quarters at SA. Is
Yeah.
such a solid player as well. Petunia herself,
Yes.
such a solid player.
Yeah.
Fearless, dangerous potters. They think about the game. They think about the outcome after each visit. So they know very well how to put your experienced players under pressure. So
Yes.
all respect.
Yes.
Mpumalanga were incredible at nationals.
Mishi, from what you've seen, the playing condition, what's your take on the playing condition here, you know, in terms of the cloth, the lighting, and so forth?
Well, to be honest, I'm a little jelly that I'm not out there. The balls, they look like the same ones almost that they use at Worlds. The cloth as well reacts in a very similar way, very fast. It skids a little, but you can expect that. The cushions are nice and reactive. And obviously, like, beautifully level, so, you know, top quality conditions, top quality lighting. As a spectator on the stream last week, I was thoroughly impressed, and I think SPL will just go from strength to strength.
And looking at a potential by Aron to finish here now, He doesn't have a problem ball at this point
There's no
in time.
problem balls. He's
but
just got
his
to
key
make
ball
sure
could be the red here on the right
to
hand
get
side.
position on the right hand side to go center, to
Yeah.
get position on that rail shot would be quite important. Or like he's doing now, he could just have a slight angle on that pot or drop that red end, still have an easy shot in the rail, and that other ball in the open by the bulk line to come up again for this last red on the bottom left here. Because he needs to make sure that's his last ball, because the black is in a little bit of a tricky position. There's only really one viable pocket that it goes in, or two if you really think about it, but the path he's chosen, it's definitely the best option to put it in the center. He's got to be a little bit careful of his position here, not to overrun it too much.
Yes.
I think he'll still be fine. He can perhaps even run
Needs a
into
little
that
bit of
yellow.
drag,
Here. Try not to run behind it, although again, new cloth, quite difficult to get perfect position. So I reckon he overran his earlier shot just a tad.
Should
But
he
he's
take
going
it
to
to
try
the
go
corner
to
or
the corner.
kiss off the yellow here? The corner.
The corner pockets.
Yes.
Beautiful shots. Just missing it there. But again,
Yeah.
you see, make it difficult for yourself when those key angles from earlier on aren't precise. So you're trying to play catch up the whole time. But still, he's going for it. He's not out of it yet. It's 3-2. Going for it. Why not?
Yes. Takalani will want to impose himself on this quarter chance that he did not.
I think he's left the black on there. Looks like he's got the edge. So the snooker not achieved there, if I can see.
It looks
Maybe.
like there's possibilities to be able
I think you
to.
see
Oh,
that.
the black is open. You can see
Yeah.
the top view that the black is certainly open.
Yeah.
So it's all about getting a great hold.
Yeah. Just to drop it in nicely, undercut that a little bit.
And he's been
now-
given a second chance, Mishi.
Yeah, and he's going to get punished for that, unfortunately. You've got to make extra sure of every single pot, especially when you're leaving your opponent in a position like this. And from here, I don't see Takalani messing up the finish at all, to be honest.
Yeah, and Takalani, they say styles make a game. Him and Aron, there isn't a massive difference in how they approach the table. You know, that fearless style,
Fearless,
all-out
confident.
attack here. Oh, what a shot there by Taki.
Solid.
All selection here?
Yeah, I reckon he's just stunning it off the side there because of the angle
Yeah.
and overrunning it. And he
Yes.
stunned it off the side beautifully. So just committing to his pattern, committing to his shots,
Yes.
and executing them really well.
Yes. And what I'm seeing here in the SPL is the guys are going the fearless route, you know, because they realize that, you know, with the scheduled amount of time for the match, you know, and the shot clock.
And every frame counts. Every point is going to count, even if you're behind. Now, with the shot clock, 45 seconds is a very long time to play. But I would like to pose that in the future, when it gets to like the last 10 minutes, having a shorter shot clock might actually be even more entertaining.
Yes.
So imagine having 15 seconds in the last 10 minutes of your match. That could create another dynamic to the match.
Yes. There we see now the scoreline 4-2 with Takalani in the lead. There's 22 minutes to go, so
Plenty of time for any result, really. At the
how
rate
many
these
more
guys are-
frames would you predict that they can still play here? 6, 7 more?
6, 7?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, each match is what? 45 minutes, 50
For
minutes?
50 minutes, yes,
So,
yeah.
like, you know, 4 5 minutes a frame, I suppose. They can
Yeah.
make it a bit faster.
Yeah.
Should be averaging, if they're going for finishes, about 3 minutes a frame.
Yeah.
There's no clear winner just yet. So Takalani's still got to commit to his finishes and not play the waiting game, because that will lead to mistakes on his part, because Aron is still going to go for it.
The beauty of this format here, Mishi, is the golden break.
Yes.
Have you had a golden break in your matches?
Not when
you
it
know,
counts.
playing? Yeah.
Yes, I have had a golden break.
Yeah.
I've had a golden duck, a couple of those, yeah.
Yes.
It's just to get that movement on the black, to strike the cue ball well when you're breaking. I see a lot of them going for that at ultimate pool level, and they get it right more often than not. So that would be a nice, easy way for a player like Aron in his position now to get quick points on the board, take the pressure off, and then suddenly we're almost all square.
And he's going for it, and him
As
and
he should.
Takalani have played each other so many
Little
times at
careless
Flames. You know?
there. He is, because he plays so quickly, so I feel sometimes just take that extra half a
30
second.
seconds longer, so they
No,
say.
I mean, like I don't want to interrupt his rhythm, but just to take like 2 seconds, half a second longer to make sure. It's so important to make sure of every single shot without sacrificing your individual style
Yes.
of play. And I feel that's going to cost him. Imagine 4-3 was the score, or what it was going to be, and now it's going to be 5-2. I think I have a bit of commentator's curse on Takalani.
Yes, there you see. I
Sorry.
seem to like that every time when he misses a shot, he leans back on his chair, you know.
Almost contemplating a little, yes. But he won't let it get to him.
There, Aron leaves him
Yeah, I left
in
him on
dreamland, you know,
there. I feel
where
like
he
Aron could have
wants
gone
to
for
be, yeah.
the cut on that shot and played more aggressively because the finish is still on.
Mishi, it would be interesting that, you know, you here on commentary, you also get to follow what the comments are from social media to let us know how the Pips are feeling about having you on commentary here.
Well, there was already a few comments earlier on our Billiard Café group.
Yeah.
And they were saying like when the opponent is snookered, I must say do something cool because I tend to do that a lot when I'm playing matches just for fun. But yeah, I'll have a look as we're commentating to see if there are any interesting comments or questions.
Yes, great landing by Aron there. This should make the scores 4-3. We got a match in our hands.
Now we got a match on our hands. Yeah, I see Sonskane.
Yes.
Hi, Sonskane.
Yes,
Thanks for
Sonia.
the love. I believe is it Aron's break off now?
Yes.
Good. If he gets a decent spread and he goes for the finish and he gets the apple, then we've got a real match on our hands.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be exciting, guys, to get your views, your comments on the happenings here at Billiard Café tonight. This is the Supa Pro League and the Premier Division in Gauteng, powered by Sombhani Group of Companies. We got associated partners like Nooks, the Dive Club, Billiard Café, as well as Rogues on Radio. What's your impressions of what's happening here tonight, guys? Share your views with us. I'm joined here on commentary by none other but Michelle Robbie, who's doing a sterling job besides me
Thank
here.
you. So just a big shout out to Sandy. She also played in the playoffs for the SPL Divisions 1 through 1
Sandy
through
Balunga,
4.
yeah.
Yes, shout out to her. Ed Hall has just asked a question, so interesting one. What's it like playing under pressure? What does it do for your confidence? Do you play faster or slower? Well, from my experience, pressure is a good thing. If you feel too relaxed in the game, sometimes you let go of your basics and you become too complacent. So having that essentially that intense focus always does wonders for me and my confidence. I tend to, I'm not a fast player.
Yes.
I'm quite a deliberate player, so I don't think I'd be quite as entertaining as them on the screen. But I don't hang about, but making sure of each shot, I feel, especially in my key events, which is my team events, to make sure my team gets the frame. I think that kind of takes a bit of preference over playing faster. But thanks, Ed, for your question.
Yeah, we're going to be joining up the comments shortly, guys, to see what you're
Aron's
saying.
taking
But
over now
Aron
to
seems
finish.
to be wanting to go for it. He really wants to close that gap there.
I've let a nice shot there to ensure position on that last red. So, as I mentioned, like if he has a nice break off and a nice break and finish, or break and dish, he'll be right back in it. And he's showing some class here. He's showing his confidence, he's showing his potential, and great finish. Made it look very simple.
15 minutes left on the clock, Mishi. Let's look at the replay of that last shot there. Fantastic kiss-off
Good
shot.
thinking.
Yeah. There we got it. Aron, this is a dog-eat-dog world in as far as this match is concerned. Yeah.
And one or two unforced errors will cost you 1-2 frames, and then somehow you're not in the lead anymore. And I don't think Takalani will be too concerned. He will, it was obviously his break, and then Aron finished. Is a winner's break format? Yes.
It's a winner's
sorry,
break
I thought it was
format, yeah.
alternating. Sorry, my apologies. But yeah, I don't think he'll be too concerned just yet. There's still plenty of time in the match. But I do think that Takalani will be just thinking a little more to secure the frames as we get to the latter stages of the match, because that the ultimate
It's a
win.
red party, yeah? I mean,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
He's got one sort of problem ball in the centre, but I think that pot's in the bottom right.
yes.
The rest are fairly open, fairly simple. Getting position on your black, you've just got to think quite carefully about that one as well. But I think he's going for the right opener.
I
Always
kind of
leaving
like his
himself
style,
options.
Mishi, where he edges closer to his pocket upon successful potting of any ball, Watch him again.
I think he ran out of a little bit of position there, and it maybe again just thinking, just going around the table, walking to the other side just to make extra sure that you are exactly where you want to be. I think that would serve Aron really well. But again, like he missed an opportunity there.
Same pocket where he missed the last time
Earlier,
out.
Yeah, in the second frame roughly.
So Takalani ideally wanted to, if he can go center.
He needs to develop these bottom two balls. But now he'll probably take the centre shot. I don't think he'll go for the cannon. I think it's a bit too risky. But definitely needs some development on those balls. So he's going to have to come up with a way to do
Maybe
that.
a kiss off.
Yeah,
He tried a
very
kiss off.
difficult
That
when you're
was
trying to
another
force
way.
that, yeah. Now he's just opened up the red and made the finish a little bit more simple, straightforward. If Aron takes his time, this should be fairly simple for him to do.
And take that 5-4 lead.
Take the lead for the first time in the match.
Is he going to take the corner pocket now from that ball that is in the center?
I think he would be wise to do that. There's a
Because
couple of
here,
options. He
it might
can
cost him to go up and down. And
Yeah.
you don't want to lose,
You wanna
that
lose your
hold on the
position.
wand. Yeah.
So again, I felt like he just snatched at that shot a little bit. Again, a little
Guys,
bit rushed.
What's your impression of Aron's game and his misses? What do they stem from? Let's share comments here. Tell us what can Aron improve on, to be a lot more solid than he is at this point in time. Remember, this is the Premier League. You only have one shot at it every week. This is only over a period of 8 weeks, and it's done. There we see a miscue.
Uncharacteristic by
There is-
Takalani. Having what you said now, having said that, there's a lot of support for Aron tonight, so
Yes.
it's nice to see
So-
all his supporters cheering him on from home, from the comments. The players really appreciate that. I see his other half, dare I say his better half, also here with him tonight to give him her support. So thank you to all the spouses and the other halves for their support as well.
Yes, we've got Sia King Kamtu was saying it's good to be following this stream, guys. And Wayne Parker says it's great having Michelle Rabi on commentary.
Oh, hi,
Great
Wayne.
addition to the production. Well done.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you. There we go, Aron.
What a finish there by Aron.
Yeah, and now he seems to be in more control of the match. When we looked at the first 2 frames, I was sitting on the sidelines and I was watching Takalani play, and he was just dominating the frames. And now there seems to be a definite shift in momentum. So it will be interesting to see with 11 minutes left
There
on the clock.
is that replay there, and Aron doesn't normally play a lot of roll ball shots.
No. Now,
And-
a lot of stun, and sometimes you can just finesse the ball in. So
Yeah, so Mishi will take you through some of the frames on. Does this Takalani 5 frames each now, and there's been a break and finish there.
he dropped the white there.
Almost.
almost a golden break, but then he
The
dropped
golden
the white.
break, yeah.
Unfortunate there. And what's your take?
I think he's got to be able to deal with the first shot first, but for me, red seems to
Red
be
seems to
the
be-
balls, yeah.
The best option.
Yeah. Let's look at the
Just kiss that
problem
one off the
area.
back.
There is the red.
I don't know if I would have done that. I feel like I would have
He
developed.
still has the luxury of the red on
That
the
red
extreme
first.
right hand side there. But now, these balls here, seems like they're not potable.
There was
There
a
you
bit
see
of
the
traffic
chop.
in the way.
Yes.
So I wonder if there was value in moving the black ball a little bit up the cushion and dropping the red closest to the center off the black first. Perhaps
Yes.
there was value in doing that. But obviously you saw something different.
Yes. And now it looks like the yellows are better positioned.
Yeah, all of a sudden. And he's starting to look a little, dare I say, frustrated.
Yes. There we see it. Still a tight one because there's very yellow here that's next to the black there. It
That's a
needs,
problem. Well, he needs to work that one
yeah.
out. Yeah. Does he have an opportunity
how would
to
you
do
go
that
about
now?
it here, Mishi?
So if he pots the centre ball in that bottom right pocket, he will probably stun that across and try and either go centre or down the rail. Seems now it's a fine cut, but he does. Well, actually, no, you can just pot that straight down.
Yes.
So now he can develop that one and then have a fairly straightforward finish on his hands after that.
So when he plays onto the shot, then it's too cushion to get up there. Yes.
Too cushion to get up there, yes.
There we see
Fine area.
that second cushion. Yes. I seem to like the tempo they find themselves in now, you know, that edge to really want to go at it, you know.
And I think that's necessary to develop the game in South Africa.
Yes.
If we want to be genuinely competitive with the pros overseas,
Yes.
you've got to be able to take out those finishes with ease.
Yes.
So-
And we've got Chris Mailing in Africa.
Yes, I believe he's at the Commonwealth Games right now as we speak.
Yes. And we've got some great representative from South Africa, the likes of Senzo, you know, the likes
So
of
Joy is
yeah.
there, Alzette, I saw Nash,
Nicole, there's a-
Cola,
all right.
Aaron.
Coming up next, we got now the match coming up.
Alvin
It's Lucas
and
Venter
Lucas.
up against Alvin Naidu. That's the next one in line, and Alvin is at the bottom of the leaderboard, coming up against Lucas, who is in imperious form.
Yeah, I remember commenting on the stream about Lucas last week, and he's also doing a bit of preparation for the Worlds in Ireland in August. So you could just see that focus and how he was taking out those finishes. It was very classy to watch. So all credit to Lucas. Alvin didn't have the best week.
Looks like there was a dry break there.
Yeah,
Takalani,
knowing Alvin the way I do, he's going to be in great form.
couldn't land on anything after that pot, yeah.
If he goes
What
off
a
the red,
shot.
yes.
What a shot by Taki. Now the key ball
So-
is the yellow.
And he's going to have to develop that. The angle here is a little bit iffy to do that, but he's got the ball going to the top left there, just to put it through the gap, the white
Yes.
through the gap, and to make it much easier for him to get onto that yellow. And everything's opened up quite nicely. Ended a little bit far off
Yes.
the angle that he wanted to, but no problems there. He had the pocket down the bottom right to help sort that out.
Yes, and he's got
There
it
we
all
go.
to himself.
And that's more of what we like to see from Takalani.
And this has been a game of two halves, Michi, when you consider that
Lovely.
Takalani seemed to have a little bit of control in the beginning,
And
but he
then a
let
bit
it
of a
slip
lull,
somewhere.
and
Yeah.
he seems to be taking it into his own hands and making sure that he swings that momentum back in his favour. So little bit of tug of war going on right now.
Where are you watching this match and where are you watching it from? Who's joining you, on this lovely viewing opportunity brought to you by Supa Pro League in conjunction with Sombhani Group of Companies, Nooks Industries, the Dive Club, and Rogues on Radio. It's 6-5. Is this one going down to the wire, guys?
Certainly looks that way with 5 minutes to go.
And we've got Makasana Kasimenta saying, Amazambani konke Aron. Aron is playing like hot potatoes.
Yes. Oh, here's Prem as well. Say something cool. I always say something cool, Prem. Thanks for the comment.
Yes. Let's get to see the Chadwin Nichols say, I'm loving this. He's my teammate on the Monday League, the young guns, and seem to be following this, and with the Blom saying, this is great for pool viewing.
Fantastic.
Watching from Annadale, guys, with love. What a shot that is. 6-5. 4.5 minutes left. Is Takalani gonna force a decider, or is Aron gonna hold on, Michi?
No, you see the yellows aren't safe. There's not a lot of options for Takalani to hide behind any of the balls. So I do believe he's going to have to go for it if he wants to win this. And I think he was going for it and then just rattled that red. But if we have a look at the overhead view.
But Aron is a spot. He's not a kind of guy that will want to play for time now.
No, absolutely not. So that ball is very easy to develop. And the finish is still on.
It's going to be interesting to see how he lands on the yellow that is leaning onto the red here towards the bottom left-hand side.
You don't want to leave it too late to develop that as well, because he has the long pot down to the bottom left. A little careless. Trying to maybe get that red out the way, but still fine from his perspective.
Taki needs a snooker. He actually needed a snooker. It's moments like that where, there was a rush of blood to his head where he couldn't think about where
makes
do
you
I...
do funny things.
Yes.
Like, see, he's trying to force something there as well. And now, balls are still open. It's still in Aron's favour. So I think he's still going to go for it. I think he's going to get it too.
This could be the telling shot there, Michi.
Yeah, very
Aron
good.
can be able to have a clear-cut shot on the yellow that is right there next to the red, to the right-hand side.
I mean, he doesn't necessarily have to do that. He can develop the angle a little bit better, but he's decided to take it out now. There was more than one way to do it, but he leaves himself with a fairly simple pot to the centre, drop that one in the top left, and easy on the black. So in the end, after a couple of mistakes, he's held his nerve, and he's managed to take out the finish pretty well. So all credit to Aron. And we'll have to see if something happens in these
7-5.
last
There
2.5
isn't going to be a
minutes.
lot of time. I mean, by the time the referee finishes rocking the balls, we'll be talking about seconds left. But every second matters.
Every second matters. I mean, you see people taking out finishes in like 90 seconds.
Yes.
So still a lot can happen. So don't want to predict anything just yet, because strange things do happen.
Strange things do happen, so says Michi, guys. What's your impression of this match so far, guys? I mean, we're having 12 frames played here, and it's a race to 9. And unfortunately, none of these guys can be able to edge closer to 9, but it's been an awesome match. There's like 1 minute, 40 seconds to go. Yeah. And then we're going to be having Clyde, going to hear from the players, at the end of this, to find out what really happened. But nevertheless, guys.
Takalani's going to go for it.
Yes.
If he wants any chance to, can't win the match necessarily from here, but to get that extra point.
What do you make of his body language, Michi, when he went down on the
resigned.
Yes.
Yeah, a little resigned. It's a shame because he started out beautifully today, and mean, he's still a very classy player. He'll get many opportunities to prove that still.
Yes, that's been great having Meshi here,
you.
and we're looking forward to see you come again and grace our commentary one more time. Champion on and off the table, guys. Thank you, Meshi, for joining us here for this commentary run of this first match here between Takalani and Aron, which has not disappointed in any way, guys. And yeah, I think this is definitely sending Taki to the drawing board, you know. So Aron wanting to extend the lead. Can he still do that? We're talking about 18 seconds. Oh, unlucky. Does Takalani still want to go at it with it? So he's considered and shaking his head like the sport he is. That is it, guys. 7-5 to Aron Donohue, you know, the dynamite from Ekurhuleni, delivering, you know, tonight with a spectacular performance, starting from being down, going all the way up to edge the match 7-5. This is SPL, guys, Supa Pro League, coming to you live from MG Bar.
Aron, you had a slow start. How are you feeling? Win 7 games to 5.
I was struggling a bit with the pace in the beginning. I think it was just nerves. But once I got into the match and I started putting very well, my confidence rose and I was able to get a few frames quickly.
Yeah, it looked like you had some serious vommer in the end. Your shots were on point. Your breaks, though, you drop the white ball quite often.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find a way to break on this table. I'm trying to stick to my normal break. It's not working at the moment. So maybe next week I'll have to try something different because I am disappointed. I think I dropped the white 3 times and at least 2 or 3 breaks were dry. So it's not a good result for that.
Well, it was great spectator value. We absolutely enjoyed it, and watching you play in top form, that was absolutely brilliant. Well done to you.
Thank you very much. I do think I got another gear, but I'm happy with the result today.
Brilliant stuff. Takalani, I don't know what to say. You had the lead. Commentator says that we did that whoever is going to get the lead is going to be the one to take it home, and unfortunately you didn't take advantage.
It's one of those days where I tend to relax whenever I'm leading. So having a lead got me to a comfort zone where I ended up relaxing and forgetting to secure the frames.
Yeah, watching some of your shots, you made some massive mistakes as well. Kicking yourself now?
Not really. It's a learning curve. One of those days where like you have those shots where you mess up and then you just have to learn from them.
Your opponent, you played against Aron. You were not sure how exactly you guys matched up. How did you think he played today?
He played well. Capitalizing from my mistakes where I ended up making silly mistakes, then he capitalized, and that's what happens in the game. You make a silly mistake, you get punished.
Exactly. Any which way, you're still somewhere in the middle of the leaderboard, you need to get on top.
Hopefully next week is going to be a better story.
Brilliant stuff. Well played though. We enjoyed your early start. Unfortunately, better luck next time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.